Barry,
Here.
Steve.
Here.
It looks like Brad, is he on the phone or is he not
He's
here?
online.
Here.
All right, Brad.
Corey,
Here.
Shanda,
Here.
David.
Here.
All right. I will entertain a motion for approval of the May 17th and June 21st minutes when you feel comfortable.
I'll approve that.
I'll second it.
Motion and second for approval of minutes. Is there any discussion? Roll call vote.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Shanda,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Okay, financial update.
Does this work? Yep. Okay. Financial update. The financial packet the financials are included in your packet. Oil revenue seems consistent. We are starting to see bills come out that we've paid. On the very, very last page of your packet, I did kind of do a little thing just to give you an idea about where we're sitting with camping reservation numbers. And also to kind of give you an update, it kind of shows you a little bit of a little bit of the more information we're able to get from our reservation system. So just bottom line right now from total amount we've brought in from camping revenue is 42,000. And then in the next chart down, you can see like compared to last year and compared to our budget. We did put some pretty lofty budget goals. We still hope to meet them, but you can see last year we did $50,000 and change, and our goal is $59,500. Right now we're at 42,000. You also see that right now we've brought in 23,000 of that from our reservation system. Remember, about 10,000 of that is from the 10,000 and change is from the seasonal. Thank you, Beth. Seasonal sites. So we still have some cash payments. We started some of the sites a little later. We're just slowly minimizing that more and more. But there are people that we've had some hiccups with the system and we're working through. Otherwise, financially, that's all I have.
Okay, any questions for the finances? All right, new business, recreational trail grant.
A couple months ago, I mentioned I applied for the recreational trail program. That's a federal grant administered by North Dakota State Parks. It's an 80-20 match. I just thought I'd throw my hat in, our name in the hat, since we have a lot of things coming, and try to get some outside money coming back to Williams County. And I think there were 16 or 17 people that applied, and we were approved. We were one of the people that were approved. It is a federal grant, so it has to be funded this September. We'll find out for sure that it's funded. It's been funded for decades, but it's not official till that's official. I'm already starting to communicate with them with how that process works, though. Basically, we applied for the project was the lake loop around Blacktail Dam. It was about a $300,000 and change project, and we're going to get $246,000 of federal money, which I think is great. I love the idea that money comes back to us. That's my favorite part. Western North Dakota, getting money coming in there. So I think that's pretty exciting. It is. It's just something we were going to do anyways, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Congratulations, that's
yeah,
awesome.
That is. I'm really excited. So we'll work with State Parks and their crew and get that done. I don't think so. We've already funded that project, so. All right.
Okay, any questions for the grant? Good work. Nice work.
Yeah, exciting. Like I said, I love it when we bring money from outside back here.
Okay, I guess you want to do the parks update quick, and then we'll go back to discussion.
Yep, that's just fine. Let me just stick back to my notes here. I can just roll
It's
through.
on the back. Keep going all the way back.
Oh, there we go. Yep. So parks update, first of all, in general, everything went really well at the 4th of July. Had a couple different things. Me and my crew, I had my crew working extra. Between me and my crew, we did have to break up a couple couple parties that looked like maybe they were a little bit younger than they should have been. Actually, it was more like there were older kids there and younger kids were starting to join in. But we were just around and able to take care of that. Sheriff's Department was great. I was at multiple parks and I saw sheriffs rolling through all weekend, and that was awesome. In general, we had I don't think we had any real incidents as far as the 4th of July went, and in general so far this summer. But parks updates in general, we earlier this year got permission to purchase a bunch of swing sets. We've installed all of them. We are waiting on surfacing material. Kind of took us a while where seemed like we were only spending all of our time mowing, and just recently we were able to start doing some projects. The grass slowed down a little bit. So we have all of the swing sets we purchased up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all up. Half of them have the surfacing material and the borders in. The other half, that's what we're doing right now, getting surfacing material in. That's one thing we've noticed, I think I've noticed and we've noticed, is that if there's one thing our parks need is more things for kids to do. In general, we're on schedule with Borsheim Crane to get the fishing pier back at Blacktail. Our water heater at the shower house at Blacktail's out. We're on schedule this week with Broughton Plumbing to get that done. And we've had our one concert at Blacktail. It went really well. It was July 3rd. We had a good crowd. Everything went well. Weather held just right. Epping Springbrook Dam, we have a concert this Friday. The Jensen sisters will be here. They're from Minnesota. Excited about that. We've just been keeping that park clean, but we're going to spend a little extra time this week working on that. Coda Ray Dam, we finished our beach. We have our concert at Coda Ray will be August 13th. Little Egypt, we've installed 3 new swing sets down there. We have a leaking ball joint, and then we also have a couple hydrants that we've been having some issues with. So we have Broughton Plumbing coming down to take a look at them later today. And we did have a concert down there on July 1st. The Blue Stems played there. It went really well. We had probably 50 to 60 people watching that. It was a really nice event. Again, the weather went well. McGregor, we just had a concert up in McGregor this last Friday. Only had about 4 campers that were there, but we had probably 20 to 25 cars that came just to watch that. Lots of compliments. I did mention to Commissioner Ramberg that talking to people, we had people from Williston, Wild Rose, Ray, Tioga, McGregor, and Powers Lake for sure, just up for that event. And multiple people again saying, hey, this is the first time I've ever been here. So that's one of my favorite things to hear when we do these events, when people tell me it's the first time I've ever been here. We did install a new swing set at Lookout Park with the idea with little kids, the toddler swings or baby swings. And then with help from the weed board or with the staff from the weeds when they're downtime, we've got 50% of that trail marked now. We kind of got new equipment, got better post pounders and everything. Talked with Tom for his guys when they're on there when it's too windy to work, and they go out and especially the trail's right there for them. They've already got side by sides. It's easy for them. They pounded everything out the first half of the trail in a couple days. So we're going to finish the other half with Tom. Same deal. Got to get it all one called, and then Tom and his crew, when they can't do what they do, they're going to run out and take care of the rest of it for us. So that's gone really well. As far as the parks update, if you don't have any other questions, that's
Just
all I
a
got.
really fast one with regards to Lookout. Is George okay with how they did that?
I haven't talked to George yet. That was something we gotta touch base with what he wants to do.
Yeah, because that's
Really steep.
Not good.
Every time I go up there, I feel more. I like it less and less. Yeah, it's just really steep. So I'm gonna talk to George. Yep, it's got a slope. You know when.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's a slope. It's a slope. Yeah. So I'll talk to George and I'll have an update on that before our next meeting.
One quick thing, and I just want to, number one, compliment you. Over the 4th, we were out, and the guys that came in with the cleaners and did the bathrooms, I'm going to tell you right now, I've never had it happen, but I went back and I said to my wife, you need to go in there because it smells good. Honestly, I walked out of an outhouse and went, it smelled good in there. It blew me away. So I think if there's any way we can add them more, I mean, your guys do a great job, but when they came in with those big washers, it was unreal.
Did your wife ask you if you had allergies or anything?
And she thought I was nuts, but came back and went, you're right.
Yeah, that was at Blacktail, but we used it at all the parks except McGregor. McGregor, we just have porta potties right now. Rhonda said the same thing. I mean, Rhonda, not a big fan either, but she said the same thing. They're clean, they smell clean. So that's gone well.
Just a question for you, Jeremy. Is that part of your crew sitting back there?
That is part of my crew. That's two of the guys who are interns from Gonzaga, and then a local kid here that's going to be, hopefully we'll talk him into coming back next year.
Great job, guys.
Yep, thanks for
Since
your help.
Jeremy doesn't want to introduce you, maybe the chairman will ask.
You guys want to stand up and introduce yourself quick, or come to the podium?
Yeah, sure.
Say a few words.
Yeah, for sure. Make them talk.
10-minute speech each.
Spell your name if it's gonna be hard.
So, hi, my name's Carson. I'm one of them from Gonzaga, spelled the normal way since she asked.
Yeah, my name's Hugh, Hugh. I'm also from Gonzaga, so very far from here. It's interesting to see North Dakota for the first time.
I'm Landon Snellings. I'm from here, just down the block. And I've lived here my whole life.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the hard work.
You know, they really have done a great job, and it's too bad, like, we just got them here, and then they got to go to school. I mean, I guess, you know, they got to do that, but it'd be nice to have them a little bit longer, but school starts before we know it.
Okay.
Landon.
Any other questions for Parks update? Okay, I guess we'll go back to reservation system.
Just give you a general update on that. You know what, in general, it's gone well, in my opinion. There are definitely hiccups. Lindsay has done a great job helping navigate through a lot of that with me. Really appreciate all her help. We've also, there's also some training for some of the users, the customers out there, and some people that are just really, really against learning that. And so I do get a lot of phone calls. Friday nights, I got to be on top of it. A lot of people move Friday afternoons with people moving out and people moving in. Definitely an issue. We've kind of figured out a process between me and my camp host to be ahead of the game and identify which spots people are coming and going and everything. It's definitely not a perfect system, but I think we're getting better and better, you know, every day.
Well, I think that is that the reservation, my wife made one for us for Little Egypt this weekend, and she'd never done it before, just grabs her phone and in about 3 minutes, it is done. So I thought it went really well.
I think a lot of the people that are struggling with it are just struggling with the idea that they want to do it more than the actual, you know, I mean, and I know, right, I'm not the most tech savvy, and there's other people that aren't as well, but I think we're heading in the right direction. I guess the one other thing I will mention is that I have been communicating a little bit with Barry as far as getting that rural water done. I've got 3 other companies that are getting us quotes. One of them has got back to him, and I called both of them the other 2 last night, and they're hoping they're going to get it to me this week. And then I have talked to with Prairie Winds as well, and they're comfortable leaving their price right where it is, and they yep. So Barry and I, hopefully in the next week or so, will make a big step forward on that. Sorry, I left that one thing out. So with that, I think we can let Candace, are you out there? Maybe. No volume. Candace, can you hear us? Mm-mm.
We can't hear you, but you're on whenever you're ready.
I think we can't hear her because she's not talking. Oh, she is. I don't know. Brad, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys, yeah. Earlier, her microphone showed a mute.
I'm glad you're tech, Brad. I like to be able to see you and hear you.
I will tell you that, so the documents, I mean, lengthily 150 pages. When Candace put it out, if you did look through it, there were a couple things, there are typos in it for sure. And the other thing is a lot of the the census information, a lot of it was older stuff, and now that we have all new census information, all of that is now being updated and put in there in that place. A lot of it was 2017 or before, or even some different sources, but the final product will have all 2020 census information. Those are two of the things. There are a lot of other changes that Candace and Lindsay and I kind of worked through and went, and but as a whole, I think it's a pretty good document, and I'm too bad Candace doesn't get to talk about it.
But
Who's that kid in the middle?
there's nothing earth-shattering, like, we need to jump on today, or, I mean, everything.
The goal today was just to do a little better job of introducing it to you and making sure you guys were kind of understood the flow and how everything worked. And then with the goal of at our next month meeting or in a meeting coming up sometime soon, you guys just approve accept this plan as a whole. But no, as far as changes, a lot of the information, all the maps, all the designs, everything we designed for the parks, little to none of that has changed. It's all more of, like I said, the demographic information, how we got to this process, how the document works, and then the implementation phase that we've already talked about, how we're going to pay for it, that we've already introduced to you. So a lot of it is stuff that you've already received, just put all together in one package. Sure. Do you have them right there?
Got nothing on Jan. You can hear me, Jeremy?
Yeah, yes, we can, Brad.
Okay.
And we'll email these out. But Lindsay and I and Candace were kind of deciding, kind of trying to come up with a way, what's the best way for you guys to take this document in and then give us your feedback. And so Candace came up with a few questions that we'll give you as homework. Like I said, I'll email them out to you. The questions are, does the park system plan outcome meet your initial goals at the start of the project? Does the plan provide adequate parks background and planning information for future board members and staff who are not part of the planning process? Did you find the information? Did you find any information you feel does not accurately reflect the vision and goals of Williams County? And were there any items you feel are missing from this plan document? So I think a lot of the questions they have are pretty not real detailed, but also give you an idea to look at it and give your feedback. So I'll get those questions emailed out right after this meeting, and you guys can take a look at them, try to answer. We heard. Yep, I'll send them to our whole.
Just one thing I noticed right away, it looks like we need to add Brad's name to that list.
Yep, this is one of the older documents.
Okay,
Yep, Brad's name's not on that list. We need to maybe to a couple other things, stakeholders and staff, a couple things that needed to get changed. Yep, there were a few things, like I said, some typographical stuff. This document's already a month old from the one that we have here and the changes we've made to it.
Does anybody have any master plan questions? Karen?
When Jeremy sends these questions out to you, don't, respond to them by email, because then he's gathering information from all the board members, or at least a quorum of them if he does that. So save your comments for an open meeting, please.
Keep our mouth shut, is that what you're saying? Okay.
So we can't even respond to them individually, like respond back just to Candace with our responses, or that's not?
Oh, sorry, Kim.
Yes, you can respond individually, but just not the whole board. But I also wouldn't want her to respond, or Jeremy to respond back to you. I just don't want to have a discussion amongst a quorum of the park board through emails, really. So, that's what we want to avoid,
Okay.
really. So, yeah.
Right. So if Steve says to Jeremy, I don't like the green border on the thing, and then you don't want me to write back to the board, hey, everybody, what do you think about the green border? Yeah.
Or I don't want you to forward Steve's email to the rest of the board.
Yes. Yep. But either way, I don't think we're going to be tested on this homework. I don't think it's going to be, you know what I mean? We just want to make sure you guys are looking at it, and these are kind of the primary outcomes we want, and you guys get some information. So the goal is that you guys are comfortable with this, and I agree that if I'm not here or any of you guys are gone, the next group that comes in, however that may be, they can look at this and still move forward with it.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else?
I just want to add to either next month's agenda or for future, budget request, to consider speed bumps for any or all of the parks that need speed control on their roads.
Did you note that, Beth? Okay, we'll discuss it at the next meeting.
Okay?
Anything else?
Nope, like I said, it's, kinda got through the fourth and now hopefully the grass slowed down a little and, start doing some other stuff. But summer's going, I think, pretty much like it should. I mean, we're gonna have hiccups and it's gonna be long days and actually the last 2 weeks have been great. We've gotten a lot of work done. We finally had weather. I think everybody, whatever field you're in, if you're working outside, you've really enjoyed the last 2 weeks. It's gotten to where you can get out and work.
Any damage from this last night's storm that you know of?
I haven't heard of anything yet.
Okay.
I did kind of put some feelers out to my camp house and everything, and no one's told me anything back.
There's a few things lined up at the dam at Blacktail in the water. But other than that, I don't know where they all came from, but
Mhm.
that's nothing else up here.
Okay, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, I guess we will consider this meeting adjourned 9:42. Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks.